John Wright, Natalie Sago, and John Conley will blow the whistles. Now, we've seen Boucher make threes, but it's almost shocking would his jumper come along for the ride. Well, he's already at 37% on threes.
It's big.
And Damian Lee opens the scoring for the Dubs.
Well, Damian Lee to make that angle a little better, but you're just trying to have a flow to your offense. And you're not going to have them making a ton of mistakes defensively. The screens may not work. You can hear him talking, though, defensively. That's what you need, that communication, especially without Draymond.
Nobi with Scotty Barnes. Nice interior pass.
Unique player. Point guard in a power forward's body.
Putting Kuminga on the block a couple different times. That's kind of the Draymond split action thing. But the post up, Jonathan Kuminga.
He gets someone in the post. This time it's Kuminga exposing someone down there.
That would be Andrew Wiggins watching tonight saying, hey, that's me. VanVleet hitting the three.
Influence on him and how he's tried to implement some of what Steph does to the best of his ability in his game.
Oh, Kuminga!
Hey, get down the hill because he's got so much bounce and power.
Scotty Barnes, that's a grown man. Every time you watch VanVleet hit his three or drive there and finish, undrafted Fred VanVleet. Damian Lee missing there. And to back up your point, I asked Steve, which player do you identify with the most on your roster? And you have the foul there on Chiozza for Gary Trent Jr. And he actually said Damian Lee. Kuminga double pump, missed that dunk, and then great hustle by D. Lee, but Trent Jr. good hands.
Oh, that's rough. Nets last Tuesday. They haven't played in a while, so they're anxious to get out here and play against anybody.
So Jeff Doughton Jr. in, GP2 is in. And unable to grab the rebound was Looney. So VanVleet. I'll tell you what, you could just watch that guy shoot, but then he's just a big shot maker.
He is. And one good thing about his three-point shot, he puts a ton of arc on it, so it gives it a great chance to go in. Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Doughton Jr. finding Looney. A little duck it. Anytime you got VanVleet, looks,
you'll help yourself.
Juan Toscano Anderson dropping that in. So down 13 are the Dubs. Toronto looks like a team that's been off since Tuesday. Very rested, very frisky, executing, a lot of practice. If you're looking and seeing seats, 50% capacity now in Toronto. Canada dealing with COVID as well as JTA with a nice flip in. VanVleet dropping it off to Precious Achiuwa. Nice little pick and roll as a function of shots and possessions and things like that. But
and that's important in this game because they're first in offensive rebounding. So you need everybody in this game to make sure you're manning the defensive boards.
Watanabe out of the corner. And the rebound to GP2. So Nemanja Bjelica, Juan Toscano Anderson, Jeff Doughton Jr. So Bjelica, he and Looney kind of the veterans. And they're looking for scoring. So anyone that wants to shoot or have a night, more than welcome. And Doughton Jr. missing, but following his own shot. A little flip shot, perfectly done. So Jeff Doughton Jr. is the other two-way player besides Chris Chiozza, 4 years at Rhode Island. He was undrafted, didn't play last night, so he'll be the freshest Warrior.
You can do a little bit of everything. One thing scouts talked about with him is he probably needs to decide what he's going to be great at, what he's going to be known for, to be an NBA player that really sticks.
This is Justin Champagnie.
Someone lost his shoe.
The rookie out of Pittsburgh. I'm bummed that he pronounces his name that way. Because it's spelled Champagnie.
Yeah, Champagnie.
Which is, kind of the fun way to say champagne all the time.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, that's just what his parents wanted, or his family name.
Come on, go with Champagnie. You wouldn't want a teammate with that name.
I'm sure people call him that.
Of course. You're totally right, though. The Warriors trying to run offensive sets because kind of the read and the Draymond freedom, and you got Payton cutting back door. Nicely done.
Okay, they will make mistakes every now and then. That time, two defenders went with Jeff Doughton Jr. as he came off of his screen. Roll to the basket. See if you can get an easy one. The more easy buckets, the better. Start seeing shots go in from a little further out.
And when you're the big underdog, just the longer you can hang in the game. That's the thing. You know, 1-6-0 run, make it a little tighter, come up with a stop like Kuminga just did. Just hang in the game. Hang in the game as best you can.
Kuminga's been solid on defense when he's gotten the opportunity. That time he just went with the flasher, made it tough on him.
They've got to make some threes at some point as Moody misses there. Warriors are 1 of 7 from deep. Right down the lane, Scotty Barnes. I mean, I know he's going to start getting first name, but this is unusual size with a lot of skill, known for his defense, and yet, he's becoming an offensive player.
At Florida State, he was the legit point guard on many occasions. He was handling the ball a lot, so you can see how comfortable he is. You saw how he just cuffed it as he had to kind of split the defense there. You saw Bielitsa to his left, so you just get that running back mentality and cuff the ball, hold on to it so you can get all the way to the rim and then finish through contact.
Yeah, Barnes went 4th, averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Missed the free throw on the other end.
And Toronto's kind of switching everything now.
I'll tell you, they better switch at the rim as Kuminga is fouled. Jonathan Kuminga has gone downhill 3 times in this first quarter. Looks good.
Coming in hot. He was on the wrong end of that Anthony Edwards dunk last season. That shocked the world. It didn't really shock the world as far as the athleticism of Anthony Edwards. Everybody knew that, but just how crazy it looked. And yeah, he's having to deal with a monster in Kuminga. When he's coming downhill, man, he is not shying away from contact. He's trying to dish out some punishment.
I love those 2 free throws.